So I'm going to start off with my fourth graders. Elias, you can come on up. Fourth graders have like this really cool thing that happens, which is they get to have, by the end of fourth grade, come up close to me because I'm nervous. What I see in fourth graders is when they develop this quality in them, it becomes almost like a superpower. It really becomes powerful, becomes something in them that's really strong. So for Jaden and Elias, who I have had in my class for 4 years, I really will miss you, and I want to recognize both of you for superpowers. And these superpowers, what's cool is when you get to go on to Balarama's class, is that then you get to choose how you want to use your superpowers. So for you, Elias, I have this really cool game. It's called You Choose. And Elias, before I tell you what your award is, actually, now I'll tell you what your award is. Actually, he knows. Everybody knows what their awards are because I gave them out in class, and everybody had the chance to write something back to me about their award, and they just sat with it for a week and let it settle. So, Elias, your award is for self-possession, which means calm, you're confident, and you're in control of your emotions. This year you learned that nobody can be your boss, and no one has power over you to make you feel good or bad, and you make your own choices, and I'm really proud of you. You have been one of my greatest teachers. I've learned so much from you. He came at the end of the year and asked me like 400 different times if he could go on Balarama's class trip. And I knew, I'm like, about a couple months, maybe 3 months ago, I was like, Elias is so ready to go to Balarama's class. He's ready for adventure. He's ready just to spread his wings. And the whole time, he really maintained his friendship with the other kids in the class, helpfulness, all those amazing qualities that Elias has. And so anyway, he came and he started asking me, can I go on Balarama's trip? And then first he said, I'm going on Balarama's trip. And I was like, oh, really? Well, this is a class trip, and then he'd come back and ask me again, and then I'd ask him why, and he'd say, well, that's going to be more fun. And lots of different things he'd come in and he'd tell me. And I wasn't just quite ready to let him go yet. But then the last day he came in, and he came up to me, and I could tell he just really took a deep breath, and he came in and he said, may I go on Balarama's class trip? And I said, why? And then he told me that it was his birthday and that he wanted to be with his family, and he just talked to me, and I was just like so happy to say yes, because he really deserved it, and it felt like it was the right thing to do for him. And I was really proud of you for just being calm, confident, in control of your emotions. What Elias's classmates say about him, and you get to take a copy of this, is that you're good at listening to rules, you're funny, then someone said Star Wars.
What?
You're fun, you're kind, you're strong, you're full of energy. You said your greatest achievement this year was your reading. He is at his reading level, and it's been huge, amazing willpower that this kid has. He can do anything he wants. So thank you so much, Elias, for being in my class. And here's a fun quotation for you from Bob Marley. It says, the greatness of a man is in his ability to affect those around him positively. So have fun. Oh, Elias, wait. All right, Jaden, fourth grade superpower. All right. So Jaden, we've been together many years. Parting with you is sad for me in a way because I've just really gotten to know you, but I'm really, really amazed at what you've been able to accomplish. So I'll start out, Jaden, with telling you what your friends say about you. They say you're smart, you're flexible, you're patient, you're happy, you're kind, you're willing, you're a good actor, you're understanding, you have a great sense of humor, you're nice, and you're friendly. And I would agree with all those things. You said that your greatest achievement this year was being patient around younger kids. And your best memory was a skiing field trip. And I am very, very pleased to award you, Jaden, with the award for inner peace. And you know that. Inner peace is an amazing quality because some people think peacefulness is just like being relaxed, you know, just being calm all the time, maybe avoiding conflicts, but in fact, inner peace comes from being able to overcome challenges. That's where you get that from, and I have seen him overcome so many challenges. And one of the greatest challenges was raising his energy. I will see Jaden do push-ups in class when he's feeling like he's tired and he needs to get his energy back. Handstands, headstands, back bends. I mean, and he'll look at me to make sure, is this okay what I'm doing? And I will just smile or ignore it or just say, keep doing what you're doing because I have trust in you that you know what you need to do for yourself. And I'm really proud of you, Jaden. You've been a leader in my class. You have had so many changes in your life the last year, having a new stepbrother and a new baby sister, a new house, a class full of kids in the second grade who are your friends, but also challenges because you're older. And you've handled it all really well, and I'm really proud of you. I have this little trophy for you. It's the Peace Trophy. It's going to make, hopefully, it's going to make rainbows if you put it near a window. And that can go next to your teddy bear soccer player from last year. And let's see if there's something else. Oh, yes. Aha. We did old self, new self pictures this week. And Jaden's old self was like the beginning of the school year, and the new self is now. Old self was this amazing cartoon of another kid saying, "Can I have that?" No, that's Jaden. And then the other kid saying, "Wah!" And then him saying, "Okay." And then the new self was, "Can I have that?" No. And the new self was, "Wah!" And then he said, "I said no." O'Shea. What's in there? Okay, you can start thinking about it while I talk. Okay. So O'Shea was in our school, and then he left for a bit, and then he came back. I'm so super happy that he's back. O'Shea, your award is for imagination. And imagination is like the father of intelligence. And this kid has an amazing intelligence. It's like all of the intelligence of the whole universe is in here. And if you're not careful, you wouldn't know it because he's quiet. And he might not answer you right away. But what's going on in there and in here is huge. And your friends respond to it. They know, because what they say about you is you're really good at being flexible and awesomely fun. You're lighthearted. You're cheerful, you're funny, you're understanding, you're good at lots of stuff, you're hilariously silly, you're fun, and you're nice. You said that your greatest achievement this year was finishing your multiplication project, which was a huge, long endeavor, and you did it. I wanted to tell you that also you taught me so much, because the way you learn, I've never seen anybody learn the way O'Shea learns. He will just kind of quietly and in a relaxed way come to something, and then you don't even know what's going on. And the next day he comes back to school and it's like he knows the whole thing, and he can, you know, he knows all the math, and he knew how to read, and you don't really see him working hard, but he is. But he's so relaxed that it just flows into him. And I just wanted to also say, if I didn't give you the award for imagination, I would have given it to you for being a magical, kind-hearted, sparkly trickster. And this is your award. It's a game. He's great at making up games that are fun for everybody that I will continue to use in my classroom next year. So in here is a whole bunch of really cool stuff that you can look through later. Maybe not now, after the award ceremony. And then you can give it a name and decorate it too. So thank you, O'Shea. Liam, grader, second, third grader. Come on up. Liam, at the beginning of the school year, we did this little triangular mandala, and we hung it up in the window, and everybody put down on one of the sides what they wanted to achieve this year, just a goal. And one of Liam's was to know the people in the classroom. That's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I wanted to say is, one day on a very windy day, it was super windy and it was awesome, and so we grabbed the kites and ran down to the soccer field by the market, and everybody was flying kites. Liam and I were sitting by a tree, we were eating lunch, and I just had this question that popped into my head, and I was like, Liam, because he's a very wise, kind-hearted philosopher also. I said, Liam, what are the most important things in life? And Liam looked at me in his casual, thoughtful, joyful way, and he said, knowing God and friendship. And I was like, oh, what's knowing God? And he goes, it's knowing yourself. And I was like, what's friendship? He goes, that's a good question. I don't know, but I want to. At the end of the school year, we were doing life skills cards, and one of the life skills cards is friendship, and Liam picked that one, and did I? Yeah. He says I made him pick it. I don't remember doing that, but anyway, I'm going to tell the story anyway because it's cool. It was really, at the end, he was like, wanted to do every single thing on the friendship card, but realized it was like way too hard. It's like 6 activities a day for 7 days. It's like, that's so hard. I couldn't even do it. And he was kind of bummed about it. But I wanted to say, Liam, that your award is for friendship because you are so good at sharing. You have mastered how to control your tone of voice when you talk to your friends to show your kindness, yes. You have shown all your concern and caring for others. Yesterday, for example, when we were saying thank yous and we were saying, Liam said, I just also wanted to say, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings in this class over the course of the year, because I didn't mean to, and you're my friends. And so that was really sweet. And I have this. Oh, also, I'll tell you what your friends said about you. This is for you. It's a friendship poster with secrets of friendship on it and blank spaces for you to fill in your own secret wisdom that you've learned. So Liam, these are the last things I want to say, and you can look at these with me. What your friends say about you. You talk about what you love when you're feeling good. You are nice and you care for other people. You're good at recorder. You're inwardly content. You're peaceful. You're cool. You like to see people smile. You're fun, and you have a good sense of humor. You said your greatest achievement was complaining less. Your best memory, the school play, modern times. So, Liam, for friendship, thank you so much. I'm going to try to go faster because I brought this, but then I forgot to use it. So I'm going to start using it. Jeffrey, come on up. This is a private joke, but you guys get to witness it. Jeffrey, this is 1 pound of invisible chocolate. And inside, it has, can you see in there what it says? Inside, if you open it, it's really hard to open, it says bravery. Because this kid is brave. I didn't know it at the beginning of the year, but over the course of the year, I saw you just be brave in so many instances. You conquered fears. You learned to communicate to me when you needed help. You learned to hold yourself back when you really wanted to make that joke right in the middle of class and make Cassius giggle. You did an amazing act of bravery at the class field trip when we were at the beach. You're an artist. You have crazy willpower and concentration, and you're really funny. You also have hilarious voices. And you are so brave because you made a class full of friends, and I don't think you knew that at the beginning of the year, that every kid in this class is your friend. What your friends say about you. You are really good at sharing. You're funny. You're awesome. You make great jokes. You are really, really kind. You're peaceful. And you are super fast and nice. You said your greatest achievement was getting better at listening. And your best memory was having fun. So for bravery, Jeffrey, I award you. Minutes, that was better on this one. Okay, Cassius. Willpower. He's got it. It was really hard. Oh my gosh, it was hard. And I know what hard is because I know you guys know I lost like a whole Liam off my body this year. That was hard. What this kid did was really hard, and he worked at it every single day. He was willing to have willpower, you know, and that's why he's successful. You made so many changes to yourself, Cassius. You can finish your work. You can control your emotions, your energy. If you know how to feed yourself when you need to feed yourself without disturbing anybody or disturbing your work. You have awareness of the way you feel in your body and what you need to do to take care of it. And we were doing the play. Cassius had a lot of challenges this year to overcome, which he accepted gratefully. One of them was when I said, can you be like 800 different characters in the play and also learn all these lines and be Charlie Chaplin, who doesn't speak, but he has to like show what he's doing silently, what he's feeling silently? And he said, okay. And then halfway through the play, he was like, Premi, you know what? I think I would have done a lot better as the character Led. Now, Led, as you can tell by his name, was kind of heavy. He was kind of unwilling. He was, you know, always thinking about himself and his own comfort. And he was like, I think a lot like lead. And I was like, yep, but I didn't give you that on purpose. And at the end of the year, I said, do you still feel like lead? And he was like, no. I feel now like I'm a mixture between Buzz, who has a lot of energy, and Luke, who's kind of a character that could see the whole picture. And you are. You've done that yourself, Cassius. Do you feel happy? Yeah, he feels happy. And last thing, he also said that in his old self, new self picture, old self was, yes, Premi. New self was, my brain is a sponge. Your friends say about you that you are thoughtful, happy, humorous, you love to make people laugh, you're funny, you're quick at math, and you're fast. Your greatest achievement, you said, was I have greater focus. And your best memory is camping at school and friends. For willpower, Cassius, thank you so much. Izzy. All right, Izzy. Oh, Cass. Izzy, this is for you. You can open it. I don't know if it's going to fit on your head. No, but I have extra ribbon. So this little pearl stands for truth because Izzy is not only a truth seeker, but she also just is burning for truth inside of her at all times. And not only is your award for truth, Izzy, but it's also because you, the way you changed this year is that now you're bold. You're truthful and you're bold, and you can just tell Jaden when he needs to put a sock in it. And you can tell people when they're not being fair in a game. Sorry, Jaden, I didn't mean to embarrass you. And when you were Boudica in the play, I think we all saw that. I think you found your voice this year, Izzy. Your friendships have blossomed. Izzy said an amazing thing this year because we were talking about getting 2 new girls into our class. And we had 3 girls in our class this year. And they worked really hard on their friendships. And I was like, oh, so we're getting 2 new girls next year. You know, that might be challenging. And she said, well, the way I see it is, this year we were a triangle. And next year we're going to be a 5-pointed star. And so thank you, Izzy, for truth and boldness. Esme. Old Esme, I asked her to wear this really cute hat that she has because it matches her award. But she forgot. Can you see? When I gave Izzy her card with her award of joy, I said to the kids, you can write me back anything you want in your card. And she wrote back, joy. I take it with me everywhere I go. And so there's a bag. In case some is overflowing, because it's always overflowing with Esme. She begins and ends everything she does with joy. She spreads joy to others. When she was gone for a couple weeks, we really missed her. And when we saw her at the camping trip, which is where her family met us after a little vacation to Kentucky, it was just like, ah, Esme's back. And not only, I mean, the reason I gave you joy, Esme, is because your joy, it comes from this incredible love inside of you. And that love is very, very wise, and it just shows itself as joy and enthusiasm. One of my favorite moments of Esme is when she figured out something in math, which she was always kind of thinking about, patterns and things. It may be in the car on the way to school, and all of a sudden one day, Anella was expressing something that she had finally understood in math, and all of a sudden it clicked in Esme, and she was like, because it's backwards. And I actually have it on video, which is cool. So Esme, what your friends say about you is that you are really kind and sweet. You are happy for other people when they do well. You're kind, you're nice, you're funny, and you're musical. Your greatest achievement, you said, was for friendship. And your best memory was when we made up the walkie-talkie game. Oh, and if you ever want to see Esme really be joyful, just bring some mud. Thank you, Esme. Oh, here you go. Anella. Anybody who knows Anella knows that she's very compassionate, she's very kind, she cares for others, she cares for animals, she cares for plants, rocks, anything that moves or doesn't move. She's observant, she looks for beauty in everything. And I gave you the award for compassion, Anella, because even though we all know that you're compassionate, and you definitely feel that, because like one of the things Anella will, this is very, Anella said this one day, and it was just like, it partially blew me away, but then it was so her to do it. She saw some kids in Nirani's class arguing, and she's just looking at them, and I'm eating my lunch, I'm watching her, watching them. And after a while, she gets up and she goes over there and she helps them sort it out, not by telling them what to do, just suggestions and kind of guidance, kind guidance. And then I was like, Anella, what did you do that for? I just asked her about it, and she goes, oh, well, I just saw them trying to work it out, and I was waiting to see if they could do it themselves, but when then I saw that they were having trouble, I thought I would just give them a hand. And that's just what she does. But the reason that I chose compassion for you is because this year you deepened it. And when you saw challenges with friends where you were going to have to do something that was really hard for you, you let your compassion be your guide. And you never put your friendships on the risk, on the line, because of what you wanted. You would understand what your friend might be feeling, and even if you didn't get what you wanted, or if you had to be truthful, which is really hard, you did, because of your deepening and commitment to compassion. The Dalai Lama said, he's a very wise man, he said that if you want to be happy, if you want others to be happy, be compassionate. And if you want to be happy, be compassionate. And I think that you're doing that. And one of the reasons I know is because when Anella walks around, crystals come up out of the ground and find her. Every day, she's like, I've just found this crystal, Premi. I just found this crystal. And so, you have this box to help you collect crystals. Crystals, people say, store energy. And I think that every time that you're kind and you show compassion, that you're just building that up in yourself so much. And it's like a battery, and you can rely on that energy, that good energy, as a power anytime you want. Oh, last thing. Your friends say you're truthful and kind, you're really playful, fun, and funny, you're nice, you're cheerful, you're not afraid to tell people to stop when they're crossing your boundaries. She says that's because she has cousins. You are good at finding things, and you have a great sense of humor. You said your greatest achievement was that you have greater concentration, and your best memory was a snowboarding field trip. Thank you, Anella. Emmett left. Hey, Ryder. Your friends say about you that you can see other people's point of view, not just your own. Did you know that?
Sort of.
They say you're strong. They say you're enthusiastic. You're good at survival.
I'm obsessed with survival.
You're smart. You love to see people laugh. You're fast, you're fun, and you're awesome. Your greatest achievement, you said, was learning Rise O' My Soul on recorder. He learned it in like 5 minutes or something. Well, he was really close. It was like a couple days.
Yeah, it was more like a week or two.
But in the first 5 minutes, he was so enthusiastic that I just knew he had it. It was like, that was it. His best memory was making better friends with Liam. And thank you, Liam, for allowing that to happen. Ryder, I gave you the award for, it's like a double award, because he needs 2, because he has a lot of energy. Well, it's cooperation and inspiration merged. He's very inspired. He said when he grows up he wants to be a chemist, publisher, and survivalist teacher. He has 8 million ideas a day, which he loves to share as they're occurring. But the thing that you did this year, Ryder, was that you learned how to merge other people's inspiration with your own inspiration in order to have better friendships and to have more fun. And that was huge. I was just thinking of a few ideas, a few things one day when I actually saw this like blossom in him. He was having this incredible idea of a game with Cassius and Jeffrey, and he was having all the ideas like at once pouring out of him, and I saw Cassius and Jeffrey kind of withdrawing, and I was like, ask them what they think would be a good idea in the game. And he just did it, and then all of a sudden the 3 of them, they were playing. And anyway, I just saw you do that all year long, Ryder, and I'm really proud of you. And so, I have this little journal. I saw it. It said, my little book of great ideas, so I changed it to say our. And so you and a friend can write down ideas in there. Enjoy. Emmett. Hi. Okay. I love having Emmett in my class. I just got to say it. I'm really a lucky teacher. Emmett, your friends say you are super duper sweet. Oh, you're really funny. You're generous. That's so true, isn't it? Yeah. You have a great sense of humor. You're awesome. You include others, and you make up great jokes. Your greatest achievement is being able to help friends to try to make peace if they're fighting. That's what you said. And your best memory is being with friends. Yesterday in our closing circle, Emmett said so crystal clear. Like when he says something to everybody, you better listen. And I can't even repeat what he said, but he just said this beautiful acknowledgement of being so happy that he had a class full of friends, and he thanked everybody for being his friend. And so, Emmett, your award, though, for this year is for awareness. And awareness means like when you have more understanding of other people, of the world around you, you're more sensitive to what's going on around you. And I saw you this year really become a much more mature person, a lot more grown up because you worked on your awareness. And for example, when we did Peace for Warriors. It was really, really hard to do Peace for Warriors because Gopal is doing it one direction and we're supposed to mirror him to the other side. And he pushed himself to do that. But then, and he got it. But then when we did hula, it was like the same thing all over again. She's going this way, but we have to go that way. And he got it so well, and he loved hula more than anybody in the class. And at the end of hula class, because it's really hard, you have to sit on your knees, he was just like, do it again, do it again. And then everybody would laugh, and then they'd start chanting, do it again, because, well, most people, because it was just so infectious, his love for hula and for what he had achieved. He learned how to be a better friend. He learned how to listen to his friends when they were asking him about something to do. You are generous and humble, and you're also an amazing artist, Emmett. And, wait, oh, let me give you this. Emmett, at the beginning of the school year, I noticed that rhythm was really hard. And by the end of the year, when we did our concert, which he was sick at the concert, but his job was to keep the rhythm. All of us were held to the rhythm by Emmett's shaking of the maraca. And he did it so on time. And he wasn't there, but I wanted to actually give him the exact maraca because even though you weren't there, you achieved that. And I'm really proud of you. Your friends say, Emmett, oh, I already told you that. So I think that's it. Thank you.